Magic from the truck from Steve Bardo and Neil Schmidt. Nobody does it better. 7:43 left to go, 48-38 Moeller. It's the Mike Show in our truck tonight. Mike Simons, our director, Michael Atkinson, our producer of this Division I state championship game. And what a great game it has been. If you've been with us through the whole thing, you've been about as entertained as you can be in a high school football game. And Mentor has the football and a chance here with 7:42 left to go in the flats to Doherty. And he's wrapped up and dropped by Mercurio.
If you like offense, you came to see the right game.
They picked up 5. And now Mentor in an up-tempo mode with Connor Krasancic. He's got a first down. Out across the 25. Wursel with the tackle. At the 29.
And things are going to get real interesting if they can put this one in the end zone. About time they ran this play. This is a design cutback. Moeller's been over pursuing. The cutback lane is there.
Krasancic hasn't had much room downfield, but the sideline routes have been his friend here. Tried to get Plavkin, who was coming back to the football, but covered by Wursel on the play, second down.
Oh, I like his poise right here because Moeller just takes away everything right here. Nobody's open down the field, trying to go 4 verticals, nothing there. Krasancic just going to throw it away.
Everybody in man coverage. You see P.J. Barron running with Doherty. There's a look at what he's done today. 421 yards, 3 touchdowns. There has been the man. Sliding catch by Fritz. Going to be for a short gain. Long way to go here on third down.
Gain of 5, third and 5.
Yeah, good catch there by Fritz. And again, you think you don't want to give the football up here. You got to get a first down. Probably 2 down territory.
It's a nice catch by Fritz. Yeah. Bring up a 3rd and 5, a manageable third down here. Moeller showing blitz. Krasancic. Good coverage again downfield.
Plavkin
he finds back. He's got Doherty. Underneath. First down. Doherty trying to get to the outside. Caught from behind by P.J. Barron. Doherty and Plavkin were both there. And Doherty on the underneath route scooped it up and picked up the first down.
Dangerous throw against the grain, but what presence by Krasancic to stretch this thing out and get rid of it as he's getting hit. And Doherty was 1 step away here. Wursel saved a touchdown.
Yeah, that was Wursel. Krasancic fires, looking for Fritz. Fritz made the catch on the far sideline. Beautiful catch by Brandon Fritz.
Boy, Connor Krasancic had Cody Mackey right in his face as he gets through this football. It's a great read to a one-on-one situation with Fritz.
Threw it off the back foot too there, Mr. Quarterback.
He does that a lot. He's pretty good at it.
Krasancic, good space up front, looking end zone, fires, good coverage again. Looking for Doherty and the sideline route, but Abel and Barron were there. Take another look at the Fritz catch. This is an all-Ohio catch right here, folks.
And again, that's thrown off the back foot. It's thrown exactly where it should be, high and outside, letting Fritz use his size to make the play.
Their first timeout and a half.
Moeller wants a timeout here with 5:48 left to go. It'll be their first timeout here in the second half, so we'll take a timeout. What a football game this has been. Come on back. It's only going to get better. 48-38. Moeller on top. Mentor driving. There's a look at the Mentor band. 48-38. Mike Aarons, Greg Fry, Andre Knott here in a wild Division I state championship game. The defending champs are back in it at Moeller. They've got the lead. Mentor back here for the 3rd time and looking for number 1. But they've got some work to do here. 2nd and 10 from the 23. 5:48 left to go. A 10-point deficit. You worry about the decisions after the score of what to do after that. You go for 2, you keep it a 3-point game. Will there be an onside kick? But a lot of things have to happen first. Wide open, didn't spot him, was Fritz. Krasancic takes off, and he's going to be sacked. That's a coverage sack and a tackle for loss, but Fritz was wide open in that secondary, but Up front again. Krasancic didn't have a lot of time.
And they got to line up and go here. You can't burn too much time. It's a critical play. It's third down as well, so probably 2 down territory. And the big thing with that sack is now it's, you're not quite in Music's field goal range.
Got a 3rd and 13. Alex Matthews in for protection on that left side.
Ruhoff's coming.
Yeah, he got picked up by Matthews, fired to Fritz. Fritz tried to make the catch, but out of bounds. And that brings up a crucial, and this could be the football game right here, 4th and 13.
Yeah, Chalmer Freuhoff was coming from that backside and really was putting the heat on. He was bearing down and just ran out of real estate here to throw that deep comeback.
Little old Alex Matthews picked him up at 5'7", $175. He got into Chalmer Freuhoff to allow Krasancic to have the ability to throw it downfield.
About a 45-yard field goal attempt here, which is probably too much, and they got to go. And where that sack on second down was big for that Moeller defense. I think I'd be calling timeout here, making sure you get the right call.
They're saying hurry up. So they've chosen not to go, which is just outside probably the range of Music.
Got man coverage.
Krasancic's got to make a play here. Has a man on the comeback. And Doherty is there again. Right at the marker. First down, Mentor. Unbelievable. Put an S on his chest.
Both these guys. I mean, this is, I don't know how you make this play. What a great throw, but Doherty comes back to the football, has the presence to get his feet in and get the first down.
Back it up, man.
Mercurio couldn't have had any better coverage. He did everything but wear his jersey. Krasancic. Back sideline for Doherty, and that would have been a really great catch if 40 could have went up about 8 feet and out jumped Mitch Brawning for the football.
And Mike, this is mano a mano here because that Moeller defense is coming and they're playing man coverage. And look at that, 16 catches, 157 and a touchdown, and he threw a touchdown as well.
The 16 catches, a state championship record.
And that 16th one was large.
Special.
Needed.
Gives them the chance to stay in this football game.
Got man coverage.
Under 5 to go. That's Doherty in motion. Krasancic on the designed run. Twist. And dropped inside the 10. Elijah Taylor on the tackle for Moeller. I'll tell you what, Taylor is a junior. If there's a lot of college scouts here, you're looking at 58. That kid's going to be playing on Saturdays at a high level.
He's had a nice day here. Mike, third down here. Now you can kick the field goal. You're down 10, you're down 2 scores. Field goal doesn't hurt you. Love to have the 7, but you can kick 3.
This is 3rd and 5. They can still get the first down. Looking, fired. And here comes the flag from the backside. Doherty and Mitch Brawning tangled up at the goal line.
Mercurio got his hands on him for sure. Same touchdown we saw a couple series ago to Doherty underneath, and that's a good call.
Pass interference, number 8 on the defense. The penalty will be half the distance. Still remains 3rd down.
Take another look.
You can see he's gonna cut out, cut. There's a hole right there. I mean, he knows he's beat. If I'm coaching defense, I'm telling, hey, you did the right thing.
And did
you got to make him earn it.
Hand on it?
It's going to put him in a 3rd and short situation. I still see, this is where I like running the football with Krasancic.
Over 1,000 yards here today. Krasancic puts the helmet in. Touchdown, Mentor. The Cardinals are not dead yet. They're going to go for 1. So Music will come on for the extra point.
How about that drive? The 4th down pickups were just critical on that drive. And Krasancic finishes it off. And, well, they got it within 1 score. That's all they can ask for after being down 22 points in the 3rd quarter. They have an opportunity.
Music to add the extra point. Ooh, that was close.
Hubbard got through again.
And it's a 3-point football game. Take another look. Get the critical drive. Eddie Doherty everywhere in this highlight reel.
Boy, and how about that drive by Krasancic making the throws? The fourth down pick up to Doherty. And he was John Elway on this drive, let me tell you. Making some throws off balance, using his feet to get in the end zone.
Well, now, Greg, a critical call here. 4:12 left to go. They've already had one onside kick. Gus Ragland has been tough to stop. Do you put it on your defense or do you try the onside kick? And if you don't recover it, great field position for the Crusaders and maybe ball game.
Well, it's a tough call. Your defense stepped up last year, so maybe you kick it deep. But on the Moeller side, you probably got to be a little more aggressive moving the football. You got to get some points. You got to get some first downs, and you might have to score again. Moeller's been conservative in the last couple of drives, just trying to buy time. Now the pressure's back on Moeller.
Mentor has all 3 timeouts. Moeller has 2. 93 points scored in this football game, over 1,000 yards in this game. Pooch kick.
Ball's on the ground.
Picked up. Oh! Bonzi's through! He's through! He's got music to beat!
All the way, all the way.
Music slows him down, or that would have been a touchdown. Butts took off. And he's in Mentor territory. Flag down on the play.
It's going to be the makeup call.
And we'll see what happens here.
The Moeller sideline got a little excited over there.
The key about a bounce like that, it works for you and against you because you over pursue if the bounce is right.
On Moeller, that's their second. It's a 5-yard penalty, results in a first down.
Now the second sideline warning for Moeller results in a 5-yard penalty. But they'll back it up. Take another look at this bounce. One way, Mentor's got a chance, and this way, it becomes a big play for Moeller.
Yeah, how about Butts just doing a great job picking it up, and he finds a seam, and that Moeller or the Mentor coverage team came out of their lanes looking for the football.
And you can't fault Brendan Parker, number 15. He thought the ball was going to hop towards him where he was going to make a play. And here comes Ragland. Speaking of making plays, flag on the play.
Ooh.
And that's a holding on Moeller. Stops the clock.
And that's going to be about a 20-yard swing because Ragland had picked up at least 10.
Holding, 89 offense. 10-yard penalty.
That's Jake Hausman, big tight end.
And it takes him out of field goal range, at least temporarily.
You can see it right up front.
He's hanging on right there. There it is. And I'm sure if the Moeller faithful are watching this, that those flags could fly both ways in the holes in the last couple of drives.
Absolutely. Butts in motion. Ragland.
Oh, what a push.
They're putting the ball in the hands of Gus Ragland. They're not going anywhere. You talk about getting conservative, but 14's going to have a handle in every play from here on out. But he's going to have to make a play right here. 2nd and 15.
And you wonder if they're going to go play action, this is probably the time you want to do it. These are tough calls when you're on offense and you've been just rolling it all day long. And now, do you take a chance? I'd be trying to go play action to find Gentry. They got him one-on-one again.
Clock winding down.
They
coming
got the
up
matchup.
On 3 minutes here. Butts in motion. And a timeout, I think, is going to be called by Moeller. Coach Rodenberg wants to take a timeout. That'll be the second. Send it down to Andre. He's got more on Moeller.
You know, it's an interesting situation right now with 3 minutes left, obviously, as you guys have talked about. But in talking to the Moeller people, they said after last year losing 18 starters and winning the Division I state championship last year, expectations weren't that high, really, for this school. I mean, they're always high, but they didn't know if they could get back here. But they started the season off against a team from Kentucky named Pike. They end up winning the game on the last play of the game, and the coaching staff said when they won that game and the way Gus Ragland played, they said, hey, maybe we've got a chance. And lo and behold, here in this first Saturday of December, they're 3 minutes away from going back-to-back for the first time since the 70s, guys.
And pretty impressive comeback here. This team has found its identity, but I'm telling you right here, they called a great timeout. They had one-on-one situation. We'll see if Mentor changes up defensively. But if I got Gentry, I'm going for the home run to win the game right here.
And they have, again, Gentry and Walton And then down to the bottom of the screen, Gentry and Powell on the bottom of the screen. Pankey and Walton up top. Play action, pump fake, and they got him! He's open! And he makes the catch! Knocked out of bounds! And Greg, you called it at the 6.
I do not understand. It's 3rd and 13. Why you don't have 2 safeties back there and you keep them in front.
32 yards on the pickup. Clock will stop. Mentor, they place the ball in play.
Mike Moeller opted to have 9 in the box. And it's 3rd and 13, and Moeller made him pay. It's a great call by the Moeller offensive coaching staff.
Now you can take your time down here. Burn clock.
If I'm Moeller, I want 7 points here and put the game out of reach.
And it's Ragland pushing his way towards the end zone, turned around by Trevor Morrison and a host of red shirts. Billy Hudson comes off the pile. And again, where the ball is and the way the clock's winding down, a touchdown here.
And Ragland's calling for the ball. He's saying, I want it. And I would be giving it to him.
First and goal from the 3. Ragland straight ahead, touchdown, Moeller! This has been a street fight. 5th rushing touchdown for Gus Ragland.
Credit Moeller offensively. They knew, you got to score one more time the way this game is going. You can't let Mentor have the ball with down 3 and you're going to follow Sabota. Guard's going to pull and Ragland puts it in the end zone one more time.
That took 2 minutes, that drive, to answer. And they go back up by 10 here with the extra point from Coughlin. And Matt Coughlin puts it through. Smiles down on the Moeller sideline, 55-45. 2 minutes, 13 seconds. It took 2 minutes for them to get down the field, but that's because of that big return by Butts, and there's the 5th rushing touchdown, which ties a Division I state title record. Gus Ragland has had a day, folks.
When it was the pass, it was the great call on 2nd down. They went for the home run. It was the right call, and I'm still in shock. 3rd down, I'm still in shock Mentor played man-to-man. I you know me, I'm going to call a spade a spade. Oof. They made pay. Moeller made him pay.
It almost seemed like Moeller called a timeout because of that defense. Almost like they didn't believe it was happening.
The only thing I can guess is they had a run play called, and they called timeout because they saw the one-on-one coverage.
And they wanted to see what they came back with.
And they had that matchup in the first half, and Gentry beat them deep 3 times in the first half, and they went with the hitch and go. And that was just a fabulous call.
And that's the only throw you could probably fault Gus Ragland on, because he throws that ball where it's supposed to be. That's a touchdown. He kind of floated him towards the sideline and made it a little tough for him to recover.
If it's covered, you throw it away, and you can trust that he would have the maturity to do that.
Put it on the ground. Good return, and then spun out of bounds, and a flag comes in.
Boy.
That was McKenrick on the return.
And Mike, that's going to give Mentor a short field, and they have to score real fast here to get it back within 1 score. And here's the thing they can think about is kicking the field goal. Once you get a field goal range, kick the field goal to save time, and then onside kick.
Dead ball, personal foul on a kicking team, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
And that'll move the ball all the way to the Moeller 41-yard line as you take another look. McKenrick here on the return.
Great job breaking tackles, and he's going to be out of bounds. And yeah, it's again not a vicious tackle, but he's 3 yards out of bounds.
I think the takedown was what finally got it. You spin him out of bounds, that's one thing, but you take him to the ground while you're out of bounds, that's another. Krasancic fires, sideline, Plavkin, stripped to the football by Abel.
And nice, you know what? That's not a bad thing, actually, because he didn't have a 1st down. It would have burned a lot of time had he got caught and tackled short of the 1st down.
Men are still working with 3 timeouts. You see the 100 combined points today. It's the 2nd most in any state championship game. 119 Mogador and St. Henry in '96. It's been a while.
Eddie Doherty, find him.
There he is. Is he going to get to the sideline? And he does. How about Doherty just with the presence of mind to reach the football out to see if he can stretch?
But getting out of bounds was key there. They got the timeouts, but you'd rather keep it in your pocket. I would dump it to Doherty a couple more times here to get in field goal range.
They got to worry about a first down right now. 3rd and 2. Nothing's given here. 4-down territory, obviously.
Same play.
And they have dropped in the box. You can see everybody back for Moeller. Taking up some time here for Krasancic. He fires, and it's caught. That's Blavkin on the catch. First down. Stops the clock at the 22.
We've seen him do this time and time again. These receivers do a tremendous job of coming back to the football on the busted plays. And that's great coverage, too. Noah Abel's all over him.
11 yards on the catch. Not only that, but how about the footwork by the receivers when they come back on the sideline? That's a tough thing. Fired. Fritz.
I think you got to call timeout here.
Tackle by Hubbard.
They're going to run it, but they got to go fast.
Clock, minute 35 and counting, top left of your screen.
I'd have earned it right there.
They have 3 timeouts to work with,
Taking
and they
a
choose
lot
not to.
of time.
Krasancic asking
He's
for the
confused.
play. Clock continues to move, as does the game clock. Krasancic, got to be careful with the football here. All sorts of time. Fires
18.
for the end zone. Touchdown, Mentor. No, he could not hold on. Jake Berardinetti had it and then was hammered on the play and dropped the football. And he is hurt. Boy, the shot was delivered. We saw Berardinelli make some huge plays last week, and he is down with 1:12 left to go.
And I think he was shocked that he got hit. He thought this was an easy touchdown. Great vision. And you're going to see the hit's going to come.
That's Mitch Browning.
Browning did it again. He's been laying the wood all day long. You got to, as a receiver here, you got to protect yourself. He relaxed. That's where you got to turn your body. You got to expect the hit come from the other side. And he relaxed right here. And boy, Browning laid the wood. And separated the football because he was hanging on to it.
You can see that to the abdomen area.
But Mike, too much time there. You know, the clock
Yeah,
management that just took forever. I mean, spike the ball. I mean, you know, or call the timeout, but you can't afford to lose 20 seconds. It took about 20 seconds to get that play off.
Yeah, that hurts right there. You see it's 72 seconds left. Berardinelli is up on his own accord. He's coming off, the senior. Here's another look at the play. You know, you catch, you're right, catch, turn, and put it away. You're right, he did. You could see he relaxed.
He didn't expect the hit to be coming. As a receiver, you got to have that awareness.
Watch the body language, catch, and then he's just going to settle down.
And he had the ball.
Great play by Mitch Browning.
Yes.
Went right through him and knocked out the football. So now you're looking at a 1:12, 3rd and 2 now. Krasancic, and you got to start thinking 2 scores. At some point, you got to save some clock. He's got an opening. He's got a path to the end zone. He's going to be tackled just short.
Spike
and they're going to spike the football. They're calling for a spike. Berardinelli comes back in.
So they got to move the chains and stop the clock so you have time here.
1:05 left to go. Gets set up.
You actually got time to call play. I'd call play and run it because Moeller's not set. Run the ball.
And that's what they're going to do.
If he doesn't get in,
He's not going to get in.
Timeout right now.
He is hammered by P.J. Barron right at the doorstep. Trevisano's all the way out at the 10-yard line, calling a timeout, and he's upset they didn't see him.
Yeah, they should add about 5 seconds back on the clock. And
he ran all the way out to the 9, and he's going to go out and let the officials know, and he's got a player hurt down on the field.
Is that Krasancic?
That might be Krasancic.
He
It
took
is.
a wallop.
He might be knocked out. They look like smelling salts were coming in that the trainer had.
Yeah, he took a shot.
He's not moving down on the field. And Matt Eisworth, the sophomore, starts to throw the football. I'll tell you what, I'd put Eddie Doherty in the gun.
Yeah.
If it were me,
Yeah.
I'd put that kid in the gun. But right now, all eyes on the senior, the co-offensive player of the year in Division I, Connor Krasancic, and he took a shot.
But there should be time back on this clock with respect to Mentor, because Coach Trevisano was trying to call timeout about 59, 58 seconds.
Yeah, he lost some time, and he ran out onto the field. They should have put some time back on the clock. Here's a look at the hit again.
DJ Barron and Stofko, boy, his head just snapped.
And that's the second time his head's hit the ground. Remember, he got hurt on that one tackle, and you can see the head down. He is
wobbling.
I don't think you'll see him back in the football game.
No, and that's so unfortunate.
Very unfortunate for the Cardinals. Right there, the head hits the ground.
I mean, he's a tough young man, but that's, I don't know.
Well, now you put a sophomore into this situation. Matt Eisworth, he started the season as the starting quarterback when Connor Krasancic had the dead arm coming out of the summer two-a-days, and played wide receiver the first 2 games while Eisworth ran the show. Eisworth's 6', 200-pound sophomore, drove for over 300 yards and 6 touchdowns without an interception. He's also run for over 100 yards and a touchdown as well. So there's a look at the sophomore. He's been very good with the football through his 2 starts, and obviously the odds-on favorite to start next year for Coach Triv. So he's getting a sniff at no doubt the biggest game of his career right here with 52 seconds left to go. Let's see if we can get an update from Dre down on the sideline as Krasancic went off. And what a game that young man has had as he's walking and looked 416 yards. But he was crunched on that last one.
And I'm still at a loss why we're not adding time on the clock. The offensive coordinators, I mean, rooting for that extra seconds. I mean, that 6 seconds is big, but not going to happen. Got to score quick. Guess who's the quarterback?
Guess who's in the gun? Eddie Doherty. And they hand it off and stopped again. Doherty gave it to Alex Matthews. And Matthews, again, this is all burning clock.
Well, guess who's coming back in?
And here comes Krasancic. And a timeout called by Mentor. So Krasancic's back. And that's a good sign, but time is running out.
Yeah. Credit that Moeller defense stiffening up and making Mentor earn it.
Take a look at the night of Connor Krasancic. First team All-Ohio quarterback.
Did a pretty amazing job running the football and throwing the football and showing his toughness.
He really has. He's got basketball season still to come. His dad, the head basketball coach.
Look at that production.
Just ridiculous what he's done. 518 total yards, 4 touchdowns, over 400 through the air. Ran for another 100. It's been a great school year for Mentor, period, for state championships. But they would love to put this one in. There's several of those players that won a basketball championship back in March, and they'd love to add a football one to it right now. Krasancic fires, touchdown. Who else? Eddie Doherty beat Mercurio for the touchdown. 44 seconds left.
Love that play call. You got man coverage. He juked outside, came back inside, little China route, and easy pitch and catch. He's going to add to that record. He is money tonight.
Music to add the extra point. Extra point is good. 55-52. And how about the night of Eddie Doherty? What has that young man not done for this Mentor Cardinal team?
Well, it was obvious early on they're going to go to him quite a bit. Moeller's going to give it to him, and boy, Eddie he's been all year long, but done a great job catching the football. And 17 times tonight, he got his hands on it. Twice for touchdowns. making big play after big play. This is one on 4th down, which was just monumental. And here's the last one to get him within 3 again. And he also threw a touchdown pass if 17 catches isn't enough. But Mike, here we go.
Here it is.
Here's the ball game.
They've done it once. Can they do it again?
I mean, and this is the ball game because if Mentor scores, we're going overtime, if not more. Or if Mentor gets it, they're going to score the way that's been going. And if Moeller recovers, it's the ball game for them.
Ball game. You got 1 timeout left. They'll take a timeout here. Moeller will take their 3rd and final timeout. They'll talk this one over to make sure they set up the hands crew. Take you back to the last onside kick that resulted in points by Music.
Well, this one was a bit unexpected, so you only have 5 guys up for Moeller. The difference is going to be, and it's just a great kick by Music, by the way. But the difference this time is going to be that Moeller is going to be ready for it. They're going to have their hands team on the field.
How about those numbers? 18 catches, which is a state title game record for all divisions. 164 yards, 2 touchdowns, threw a touchdown, drove the team bus, served dinner. He's done it all. He's been spectacular. We've seen him throughout the playoffs.
Boy, look at Moeller overloaded to the one side. Brandon Fritz is down on this side.
Would they? And they're going to go at the other side.
Oh, he kicked it out of bounds. Oh! They had what they wanted.
You had Mark Walton, who was running free. Nobody there.
Oh, man, they had it. And then Brandon Fritz was the outside guy. They had it set up because Moeller was overplaying.
Kick out of bounds on the kicking team.
It was a different kid that kicked. Music went to kick, and they rotated. So you didn't have your original kicker in there. That was Keith McCormick.
Yep, McCormick.
So you have a guy who's not necessarily used to kicking kickoffs, or at least putting in that situation.
And it was
that's
set up.
Tough.
It was set up for Fritz on the outside. They had what they wanted. Just didn't quite pull it off.
And victory formation for Gus Ragland and Moeller. Mentor's got 1 timeout left.
Boy, and how about Moeller? Who would have thought that they would be back here to repeat after losing the amount of seniors they lost from last year? But this team has come together and had their own identity.
Coach Rodenberg checking the clock. Coach Trevisano not going to take his time out. All they can do is watch as the clock runs down for Coach John Rodenberg and the Crusaders of Moeller. Back-to-back state championships. Hasn't been done at Moeller since the 70s. Guess what? You've got one. Number 9. Congratulations to the Fighting Crusaders. And that man right there, Coach John Rodenberg. This was a great football game.
Woo! As advertised.
Great game, Greg. Great game.
Awesome game by the Crusaders. They jumped out up front early on. They came ready to play. You could sense before the game they were all business. But Mentor fought back tremendously in that second half, and boy, we got a game for the ages.
You just can't say enough about what Gus Ragland did for that football team. He put them on his shoulders, and boy, we saw what a lot of people down south have known and seen all year long. That 14 is a special player. Andre Knott standing by with the 2-time state champion coach now, John Rodenberg.
Coach, congratulations on back-to-back state championships. After losing 18 guys, did you think this was possible?
You know, no, probably not, you know, because you lose that. We only brought 3 guys back on offense and 3 guys back on defense. I just applaud these guys' character. I told them we would never repeat. It would all be about their own identity, and I'm just proud of how they played tonight.
When you look at the game you guys played last week and the points that were scored in that game, then you look at today, 55-52. Did you ever expect it would be this hard to win this game?
I knew it'd have to be a shootout. because I knew to beat Mentor, you're going to have to score a lot of points. And, you know, fortunately, we got a couple of breaks, and that's a heck of a state's final right there. Two great programs. My hat's off to them. All the way down to the last couple seconds. Great game.
You talk a little bit about your quarterback play. He seemed to be able to carry you guys late in this game.
No doubt. And, you know, and that's what he's been doing all year long. You know, two great quarterbacks with two great similarities, and they both laid it on the line tonight. And I'm just so proud of our guys.
Last thing, then I'll let you get back to your guys. What does it mean to be a back-to-back champion at Moeller, where it hasn't happened since '70s?
Well, you know, I'm proud of the tradition of the program. I'm honored to be the head coach, but I got good players, and I love my players. I'm really proud of them.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Congratulations. Enjoy this. Back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Dre. Great job all night as always. Congratulations to Coach Rodenberg and the Fighting Crusaders of Moeller. And you want to talk about sportsmanship at his best. Standing down here, what you didn't see was player after player from the Moeller defense coming up and hugging Connor Krasancic one after another. Sam Mercurio, Sam Hubbard, Will Mercurio, Sam Hubbard, one after another came up, and that's what makes this game so special on the high school football level. They laid it all out on the line, and you appreciate your opponent, and that is the beauty of high school football here in our great state. Speaking of great games, and he has been certainly our player of the game, number 14, Gus Ragland. He joins our Andre Knott.
Gus, congratulations. You're a back-to-back state champion. Your running has been big over the last 3-4 weeks for this team. Didn't run a lot early, but late it seems like you were able to really get it going. What changed?
When we need yards, we go to the guys up front. You know, the offensive line. They really willed us in this game, and you know, I owe all to them. Those guys done numerous, countless deeds for me this whole season. So I just got to thank them. I love those guys, and they had a big game today.
Last week, 13 points, I believe, right? 13-11. A little different this week. What was the difference?
You know, what's cool about this team is. When the offense isn't doing well, the defense steps up. When the defense isn't having their best game, the offense steps up. This is just a brotherhood, and everyone has each other's backs, and that's a whole key to success right there.
Gus, congratulations. Enjoy this. Back-to-back champions. How's that sound to you?
It's surreal. It's surreal. It's unbelievable.
Enjoy it with your teammates. Take care, Gus. Back up to you, Mike.
Gus Ragland, our Discount Drug Mart player of the game. Congratulations to
Ladies
him.
and gentlemen, before we present the awards, few people realize the effort, the dedication, the year-round commitment that these players and coaches put forth to get to this level. Many of these players will play at the next level. Many will play beyond that. But not a single one of them on the field today are going to forget the final day of high school football in 2013. Please join me and all of our member schools in congratulating both teams and all coaches for a great effort put forth. Cardinals, the city of Mentor, I read so much about your commitment from the early ages and how many of these players, how many of you developed your ties and your bonds in the early ages of football. It should pay off. You have a commitment to do things right. You do them well, you're rewarded to be in a state championship game. You run one of the class programs in the state of Ohio. You led us to one of the best games that this state has seen. And on behalf of all of our member schools, our board of directors and Commissioner Ross, it's an honor to present you guys this runner-up trophy in 2013. Cards from Mentor, congratulations.
You see the all-Ohio players handling the trophy for the Cardinals. Connor Krasancic, Brandon Fritz, Kent Berger, Justin McMahon, and they played a whale of a football game. And we've seen one of the best Division I state finals that this state has seen in a long, long time. 107 points, over 1,000 yards in total offense, and it took it right down to the final gun. But let's go back down to the field, join Assistant Commissioner Jerry Snodgrass for the Time Warner Cable Trophy presentation.
From Archbishop High School. And now once again, Ohio High School Athletic Association Assistant Commissioner Jerry Snodgrass assisted by Board of Director members Jim Borchick and Phil Harris, will present the Division I State Championship Trophy to one of only 7 schools of 714 in Ohio that can claim the title 2013 OHSAA State Champion, the Cincinnati Archbishop Moeller Crusaders.
All right, Big Mo, taking one back to Cincinnati. Back to back. It's very difficult, as anyone knows, to get the first one. But seniors, when you come back here for a second time, you have a huge target on your back from the first day of the playoffs. What an honor it is for the leadership, the discipline, and everything demanded out of your school and your coaching staff to lead you not only through the playoffs, not only to the championship game, but to your second and back-to-back state championship. One of the coaches said going into the week that it wasn't good enough to just be good this week. You had to be great. Moeller, you were great. And on behalf of all of our member schools, the commissioner, our staff, and board of directors, it's an honor that you are presented this 2013 championship trophy in Division I. Congratulations.
Big Mo going back home with another state championship back-to-back as Gus Ragland and company will make the trip down south with another championship trophy. I wonder if Coach Rodenberg will let them watch some TV now that they've won the state championship. They weren't allowed to watch a movie on the ride up. He says, I don't do that. We've never done that. But I think if Jackson brushed his teeth and he did all this stuff, he gets to watch TV. They should get a movie,
the game.
right?
That's exactly right. I think he should let his guard down one time. But boy, they were all business today. He talked about that bus ride up. And they were all about business. They've done that. They've come up north to play a lot of games versus St. Ed's and Ignatius, and they came up today with a will to get it done, and they got it done in fashion. Pretty amazing.
They'll give the defense some love, and that's exactly what Andre Knott's doing. He's standing by with middle linebacker P.J. Barron.
PJ, what's it mean to get this victory for the school and to be a back-to-back champion?
It's too much to explain right now. You know, it's really special to win one state championship, but to come back and do it again as seniors is just an unbelievable feeling.
Talk about the difficulties of last week going against a Hilliard-Davidson team that plays a little bit differently than today, and being the middle linebacker and having to get everybody lined up in these two different offenses.
Well, last week it was a heavily run team, and we did a pretty good job of shutting that down. And this week it was totally different with the pass and trying to get everyone where they need to be to try to guard them. And it was just a totally different experience this week.
You want all your guys to be on camera while you get all the love?
You can do it. I don't care.
Congratulations, man. Take care. Take care. Back to you, Mike. PJ's got some fans of his own teammates that want to be on camera, too.
I can see them sneaking in. Good job, Trey, and congratulations to PJ and his teammates in the football game that they gave us. Let's take a look back at, of course, one of the key players. He's our drug mark player of the game, and that's Gus Ragland. And I guess all I can say is, wow, partner.
Well, he started through the air, hit Gentry 37 yards, and he went up right away 7-0. And then he starts to use his legs. 1 of 5 touchdowns on the night. Guess what? He's going to find Gentry again. But look at that, 12 out of 13. Talk about efficiency, 273 through the air, 3 touchdowns through the air. This is a 70-yarder. After the turnover, that was a big turning point in the game. 5 touchdowns on the ground, 8 total touchdowns. And here's the icebreaker at the end. 8 touchdowns in a state final game, 12 of 13, did not turn it over. Pretty good effort. Put an S on his chest.
Absolutely, and you talk about the turnovers in ball security. It really came forward here. 2 turnovers for Mentor, both turned into touchdowns. 1 turnover for Moeller turns into a touchdown. The 1 turnover is the difference. It's a 3-point football game.
Well, you knew. I mean, that somebody was going to blink, and in this case, it happened to be Mentor. But boy, the Crusaders, what an impressive offensive effort today. They just kept pouring touchdowns on the board, and it was enough to get it done and outscore a really fabulous Mentor Cardinal team.
Well, if you're just joining us, missed a great football game, one of the greatest that I've ever seen in this state championship. But let's take you back to the second half, Greg. Take a deep breath, get us through it.
Well, Ragland starts it with a 70-yard touchdown run after Mentor had fumbled the opening kickoff of the second half. That was a big turnaround there, 14-point swing. Ragland again, that's going to put them up by 22 points. At this point, looks like they're going to pull away. But Eddie Doherty makes the catch, and Mentor starts chipping away, and they sneak in an onside kick, and they recover. And Eddie Doherty's going to show some magic through the air to find Flavkin. And this is when things got interesting in the second half. Krasancic sticks it in. And Gus Ragland, well, the day started with him, and it finished. The exclamation point by Ragland. Doherty gets one more, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, our thanks again to our statistician up here, Eric Fellows. He was busy. He was very busy, and this is the reason why he was so busy. 586 yards for Mentor, 550. Over 1,000 yards. You see the yards per play. I mean, there's just so many gaudy numbers. You don't know where to start.
550, 586.
How about 12 for 12 in the red zone between those two? That's getting it done.
Well, you got two offenses that are, that came in here operating at a high efficiency rate, and they came in as advertised and converted in the red zone time and time again today.
I tell you, partner, we've called all kinds of football games here, but this one goes in its own special category, don't you think?
We've seen some good ones. We've seen some overtime, but man, special game, fun to watch. Again, if you like offense, this was a tennis match, back and forth, and Moeller scores enough to get it done, be repeat champs.
And they really did, and they answered every score that Mentor had. Mentor would close the gap. They got to 3 a couple of different times, but Gus Ragland, boom, they would answer, and that was really, they kept them at arm's length, and it paid off in the end in a state championship.
And I credit Moeller, they had 48 points, and they went for the big third down. They threw the football, and they found Gentry, and that was the big touchdown that got them ahead. They were getting conservative up to that point in time, and they went for the win. They knew they had to score one more time, and that really was the difference.
Great working with you again this year, partner.
Hey, it's been awesome. What a great ride.
Tonight's game directed by Mike Simons, produced by Michael Atkinson, executive producer of Fox Sports Ohio's Tom Farmer. Our coordinating producer is Steve Warren. Our director of local programming is Pat Kilkenny. Special thanks for Laura and Master Control getting it done. Reminder, coverage of the Division 7 state championship game between Trimble and Marion Local coming up at 6:30. For Greg Fry, Andre Knott, and all of our outstanding crew here in Canton, I'm Mike Cairns saying good night from a wild one here. The Division 1 state champs, Moeller repeating with a 55-52 win over Mentor.